Hello and welcome to Discovering Grays Lake, unveiling the stories and people that make our town so unique. I'm your host, David Wool, and I'm thrilled to bring you this new podcast that explores fascinating stories and experiences of local business owners and community leaders, right here where we call home. Grays Lake Rehabilitation Center is a community-based private practice physical therapy provider. Do you know they have 13 clinical providers with various levels of specialties, including orthopedics, sports, neurology, vestibular, geriatrics, pelvic floor, and aquatic? What? Did I just say they have a pool? Well, they do, and it's the largest indoor warm water pool in Lake County, featuring 2 underwater treadmills and swim currents. And recently added clinical treatment specialties, in layman's terms, shockwave. They have both radial and focus units that are the newest tool in regenerative medicine, available to everyone. They pride themselves on the most current and up-to-date specialized care to keep you moving. If you're looking for physical therapy, make sure to see our friends at Grays Lake Rehabilitation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Discovering Grays Lake. We are here at Agora recording again. Thank you to the folks at Agora for having us. We are on the corner of Center and Atkinson. It's a co-working space, so if you're looking for a place to get your business out of the home for a day, for a week, or even a forever home, Agora is a great place to check out. So thank you, Luke. We appreciate it over here. So this morning, I'm finally sitting down with Sara Alwin Gallagher. How are you today?
Hi, that's me. I'm so honored to be here. I'm a bit fangirling because I feel like I'm in the room with a celebrity.
Oh, yes. That's what they call me.
Because we've actually been in touch for years.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think I've been at weddings that you've done, and we've done the hair and makeup for, and
lots of them probably.
Yeah, community events, like that fundraising event you did with the bachelors. That was fantastic. I was there. Yeah. So oh my gosh, I'm honored to be here.
You're too
Thanks
funny.
for choosing me today.
You're too funny. Well, you've been in the community forever.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you being here because I didn't realize until I started doing research on you, how much you actually do. So let's back up and start because I think your email or text that we had going back and forth. Let's talk about beauty in Grays Lake.
Sure.
Not beauty in Grays Lake, but beauty and Grays Lake.
Yeah.
Yes. So when did you, how do you get into your business that you do? What do you do? And then starting off in Grays Lake. I know it's a lot of questions.
Oh my gosh, that is a lot. How did I get in what I do? Well, I actually went to the Grays Lake Tech campus in high school. It was a fantastic opportunity for me. I needed a way to pay for college, quite frankly. I wanted to be a secondary education English teacher.
Okay.
How'd that work clearly out for you? I'm not. Yes, exactly. And I wanted to do hair, a way to pay for college, and I started doing hair. Then I started teaching hair as well, and I found out that I was just really passionate about that. So I switched to an art degree, graduated, and opened my business in downtown Grays Lake, right where First Draft is.
Really?
15 years ago.
Yes, okay.
2009.
So we're talking 15-year anniversary.
Yes, we are lucky enough to have made Grays Lake more beautiful for the past 15 years. We will celebrate 15 freaking years in 2 weeks. So that is September 1st of this year.
Wow.
So I know, my mind is blown.
Okay, so when you look at stuff like that, any anniversary we have, it makes me feel old, first of all.
No.
Yeah, but how much, any idea how many customers you've served in that time?
Oh my gosh, no, I have no clue.
That would be fun to look back.
That would be wild.
If we kept correct records for all of that stuff, it would be really fun to look and go, oh my God, it's been how many thousand people?
I should have. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you graduated, and then your first step of doing anything, you open your own business in Grays Lake. That's kind of ballsy.
No, I graduated with an art degree. I graduated beauty college forever before that. It was my way of paying through college. But I worked at a couple other upscale salon and spas in Lake County, and I actually started my career in downtown Grays Lake at a little salon, and I actually now own that building. It's where we are now, 136 Holly Street. I was 16 years old when I did my internship there. And I just remember finding Grays Lake and being like, this town is so freaking cute. People are so connected. And that was at such a young age.
Right.
And so it was crazy that full circle years later that I opened a salon off Center Street, and then eventually, obviously now, moved my salon, bought that building, and I'm right where I started, which is kind of wild, isn't it?
That's awesome.
I remember Grays Lake just having this, this feeling, this energy that And I grew up in Lake Villa, and that was like a teeny tiny little downtown. But Grayslake just had something, right? So I was happy to come back and open up in 2009.
That's great. I love the story of starting or owning the building in the first place that you worked in Grayslake. That's really cool.
It is kind of wild, and I still have some salon guests that have followed me all those years. Can you believe it? And so when we moved into Hawley Street, was it like 4 years ago? Maybe 5? I can't.
Yeah.
You know, time flies.
Amen to that.
Some of my salon guests were like, wow, I remember you doing my first haircut over there, and you were like 18. And I'm like, wow.
That's insane.
I would never trust. I would have never trusted an 18-year-old me to do their hair. Thanks for sticking around all these years.
That's fantastic.
I know.
Okay, so as you start doing business in Grayslake like that, I know you're very involved in our community.
Super.
So what's your like first experience of like getting involved with Chamber or Exchange Club, or when did you decide to do that?
Yeah, most of us in Grayslake have heard of Joyce Campbell. Just a little bit.
Idea.
Yeah, and she was really the person I met who shared with me the importance of community in Grayslake and how to get involved. I had just randomly chosen her to do my insurance to keep it local. And upon meeting her, then I found out about the Oasis, and she connected me with all these people. And she's like, you have to come to the Exchange Club of Grayslake. We meet every single week, and we sit at the naughty table, and you can sit at the naughty table with me. And I was like, ooh, this sounds kind of cool, the naughty table, right? And that's how it really started. And before I knew it, then I was president of Exchange Club and served with them. I was on the Oasis Youth Center board and helped them with fundraising and everything too. And just through that, you understand how valuable it is to give back and pour back into the community. We have amazing freaking people here.
We do.
Yeah, just amazing people. And in return, it just also supports your business. People here are so supportive.
Are you looking for a great time right in the heart of our awesome community? Well, look no further than the Grayslake Village Center, your one-stop destination for all things fun and fabulous. Picture this. Historical downtown vibes with a mix of diverse businesses, an array of unique shops, and delicious restaurants. Many with outdoor seating, with an option to soak up the sun or shade. But that's not all. The Village Center is where the action is. And just like the weather, it's definitely heating up. There are events that take place all year round for the whole family. But now, you'll even have more options. Fill up your calendar with things to do. Also, take a stroll through Central Park, Gelatin Park, surrounding trails, green spaces, and more activities to keep you and your friends and family active all summer long. And now that the weather is warming up, dive into the Aquatic Center, open Memorial Day to Labor Day. But wait, there is more. Visit GrayslakeVillageCenter.com to discover an incredible lineup of events that are happening every month. Be in the know. Not sure what you're waiting for, so come on down, soak up the local vibes, and enjoy the experience that's unmistakably local and uniquely Grayslake. Grayslake Village Center, where the fun never stops.
So
they really are. And it's fun, what you're saying right now brings me back to what I think about when I was speaking with Maribeth about the amount of people that volunteer, the amount of people that are involved with things. And it's a very small group that serve a big community and things. And I always see your name all over everything. and going back to fundraising for the Oasis. You have to have passion in your town, in your community to do those things, because those are the things that there's a certain kind of person that is satisfied by helping others and in more of in a service way. And what a better way in our town, especially for Oasis. It's wonderful.
Yeah, that was great. It was a sad day when we had to close, but times are changing, and we had a really good run. And now I work with the Chamber, the Grayslake Chamber. I'm on executive board, and just this past weekend at Summerfest, had the first Summerfest den, and that was really all around community. That was just truly an entertainment corner, if you will, to give like teenagers and some of the youth something to do, an activity. And oh my gosh, I sat back and watched so much joy, laughter, smiles, and there's so many people who are a part of that to make that happen. But yeah, now I really get enjoyment working through the Chamber on that, because that was something I hadn't done. Did the other clubs onto the Chamber, and it's been great. So.
Wow, so you're on it sounds very prestigious, the executive
executive board
you're on the executive
of the Grayslake Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
Yes.
I want to know more about this. So whose idea was the den thing?
Me.
Okay, nice.
I was like, hey guys, I've got this crazy idea. Yeah, I just wanted to breathe some fresh life into Summerfest. I think we have been making small changes year after year to do that and update it, and especially with like the lights, the sound, the bands, the new talent. And I just thought, it'd be really cool to create a place where everyone can come together. There's photo opportunities. There's a 360 photo booth. There's free snacks, which everyone was so excited about free snacks.
Of course.
Yeah, bags, Connect Four, just like a place where people can come, hang out with a drink or not, hang with their friends and do a little fun. And so when I presented the idea, they were like, huh? And I'm like, just let me do it. And they were so lovely and supportive. And there was a lot of people who jumped in on the action, helped build the things, sponsored the games, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah. Did I hear that was there a scavenger hunt as well?
Yeah, there was a scavenger hunt, which I'm excited to give the winner prizes. And that was just a free activity. And that was really made to support small business. So what I made it was there were different spots in the downtown for businesses for these people who are participating in the scavenger hunt to stop, take pictures, tag them for social media so they get more exposure, and then the people participating got tokens. At the end, they turned in the tokens, it got entered into a raffle to win some cool stuff.
That's
so
awesome.
That all had like small business support wrapped into that too.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I came over there to DJ the first night, and I walked over by, and I saw your setup over there, and I looked, and I kind of turned my head to the side like I have it now, and I was like, I wonder what the hell this thing is.
Yeah.
I saw the Connect Four, I saw the word den, I'm like, okay.
What's happening here?
But,
Sarah must be behind it.
Well, now I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really, really forward thinking and finding something for like teens to do, because it's hard to.
Yeah.
And the kids that are going to do it are going to do it, and the ones that don't want anything to do it obviously are not. But
yeah,
you're giving people the opportunity of new fun things to do. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
I think that's very cool.
We're taking a quick break just to say hello because everybody knows Nano, and Nano knows real estate. And actually, I believe that's the name of her Instagram page. So if you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, or know somebody in the market for a home, contact Nano from Baird & Warner. She's a Grayslake girl helping out Grayslake people.
Okay, let's get back to your business, because now how many spots have you been in Grayslake over these 15 years? Have you only been...
So I was renting 250 Center Street for 6 years.
And that's where First Draft is?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I purchased 16 North Whitney Street, which is where PJ's Barber was for like 30 years. So I bought the building and everything in it, which was cool.
Do you have the barber pole, the barber shop thing outside?
I did have the original barber pole, but it was broken.
Ah.
I know. So I did end up getting a green one. Which was mounted outside for years after we moved in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I designed and renovated that place and updated it, and then I moved my team over there.
Okay.
And then I purchased 136 Holly Street, which was the original salon I started in, and expanded into 2. And that was really because I morphed and changed my business model in order to help my team grow. I had like 15 employees, and some of them have built up so big that they were really craving independence. And in the beauty industry, there's like a thing where you can be employee, you can also rent and have your own small boutique salon.
Right.
And so in order to kind of keep my hair family and accommodate the growing of my team, I needed different buildings to create different concepts so that I can kind of empower them to open their own business under the same roof, and we all stay a happy hair family. And so that was the main motivation after 6 years of renting, of getting a building and changing up the concept and still maintaining my team, but then helping them grow, because you reach like a cap in the beauty industry sometimes. So yeah, and that was why we got another location, because those became studios. So once you outgrew your rental space at Whitney Street, you can move into a studio on Holly Street.
See, that's awesome. That's very, very cool. And the one thing I do, because I don't know a lot about the beauty industry, but I do know that there's a lot of turnover, that people run their course with people, right? And then they go somewhere else and they hop around.
They do. And I mean, some of that, of course, is environment, like any workplace.
Right.
But I think that you have to offer growth and opportunity as a leader and business owner.
Absolutely.
And so just because we couldn't fit all in the same building to accommodate all of those needs didn't stop me. I was like, okay, we need to do this and do this, because these people are growing and they have wants and needs. And, you know, I think as well, work and life balance is more important now, more than ever. And that's what then empowering your team to be their own business person allows them, is more flexibility. And so, my average hire is 18 to 22. That is such a young age.
Wow.
Yeah. And imagine all the life changes you go through as a person.
Yes.
During that phase, but as you continue on. So that's why structuring my business differently, that had all these different levels, then that's how we can, again, stay as like one happy salon family.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what is the actual name? Because I've seen all these different names that you have, and everything from experience to, so what is it the Alwin?
Sure. So the 136 Holly building is all we have now. I sold the Whitney Street building to Andy's Records. They're my favorite, and they're doing so well there. Love that for them. So down to one, I still have the concept of studios in there, as well as my own team of employees too. So the building itself is called the Alwin Salon Studios, and then within it is Alwin Anthony Salon, which is my team of employees. Yeah, I know, it's very layered.
I know.
Just like me.
We came over to shoot a video for somebody over there for, I forget what we were even doing, for the bachelor auction.
Yeah.
And came over, and I walked in, and I was like scratching my head going, I didn't really understand completely. But it shows you
I'm used to that.
Right.
But that's okay.
I don't spend a whole lot of time at beauty shops, obviously.
We are a different type of beauty salon, I think, in a great way. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like that you keep changing and adapting things, and empowering your partners to be better business people, which just surrounds you with better business people, which we know how that works.
Yes.
That's very cool.
Appreciate that.
And teaching these younger people valuable things that they may not get somewhere else. So very cool. Hats off to you.
Thank you.
I know that you're big into education. A lot of the things I read, like you're constantly trying to improve things, and you love teaching. Tell me about that.
I do. So I've been a hair educator for about 17 years. And basically what that involves is I've worked for luxury manufacturers, shampoo, conditioner, they make blow dryers and things. And you learn everything about their product, and then they send you all over the country to teach and coach in salons that carry that brand, or at big convention centers, on stages in front of big audiences. And so you also learn, valuable hair cutting education that then you can coach others with, color education. So it was just something that I really was passionate about and got involved as a young stylist, and it really helped kind of kick my tush into buckling down and really learning all the important things. And then, presentation skills and being able to coach a person. It's so different, a beauty school student coming out of school and just shadowing a seasoned stylist than actually being educated by a trained educator. So I've been able to build my staff that way, working with the local college here, and then being a trainer myself. So with that, 4 years ago, I started my own education company. And I'm so lucky to have salons pay me, come in, train their staff. I do hair shows. I just did this amazing hair show in Pennsylvania this past May, where I had my own classroom, and stylists come, they need continuing education, so they buy a ticket, they come, they sit in your classroom, they learn new cutting techniques or color, and so I develop all that content myself.
How fun.
Yeah, I just love that. I just got back from Vegas. I took this amazing extension course, and then I leave for Italy in 3 weeks. I'm going to Florence, Italy to do this kind of eat, play, hair experience with with 5 other stylists, and we're going to do a photo shoot in Florence and do avant-garde hair. I know. I'm so excited. Oh, and I get to make pasta.
That is amazing.
I know.
And you get to write the whole thing off because it's a trip.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's 100% work.
Yeah, but I can come and bring back the things I learned to people in Grays Lake, right? How cool to be in Florence, Italy, on a photo shoot, working with an award-winning stylist, and she's going to teach me the things, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to share them with Grays Lake. I think that is so cool.
Yeah, I learned this in Italy.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're naming all these places and telling that you get to travel for all these things. So that's pretty amazing. And it sounds like you're learning to educate educators.
Yes.
So you're teaching the people how to teach it back there.
Yes.
So you took it another level higher It sounds like that's par for the course for you.
I love what I do.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Other places you've been super fun like that, going around.
Yeah. So I worked for a company called Surface Hair, which is actually like a vegan hair care brand we carry. We only carry like small family-owned companies in my salon. And I worked for them forever, and I was their color director. So I helped them to develop their color, and they brought me to the Ukraine.
What?
Yes. So I had the opportunity, I couldn't believe it, to travel to the Ukraine, launch their color line, train stylists there, and do like this big hair show. And it was wild. I was so nervous. It was just me and then the owner of the company and his wife. And it was the first time ever that I worked with an interpreter on stage. So imagine like this giant, there's like hundreds of people, and you're on stage, you're mic'd up, and you're trying to coach like a color technique on a model, but then you have to pause and wait for the interpreter. And so like, I'm a jokester, okay? And some things just don't land,
translate
in other countries. And I'm not thinking about it, right? Because a little bit of what I do in educating on a big stage like that is also a bit performance, right? You have to entertain.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I made this joke that did not land. And the interpreter looks at me like, what did you just say? I don't know how to say that exactly. She says the thing to the audience. The audience is staring at me. It's like freaking
There's
crickets.
no response.
No response. I'm just like, and moving on. So it was definitely an experience, a really, really great one. But I would never, ever think that I would ever have the chance to do something like that.
Yeah.
And I was super lucky. So that was a cool place to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
And nothing in your wildest dreams. They would never like be able to be like, that's what's going to happen. That just happens. Just run into it and it's cool.
Never. I grew up in a household, like single mom household. We didn't have a whole lot of money. Like in order to pay for my beauty school kit, I had to cash my grandmother's bonds. Do you remember bonds?
I do.
Yeah. And so in order to pay for your kit, because a lot of people don't realize that when you start beauty school, there's your tuition, but you also have to pay for your kit of tools.
Okay.
So when we had to pay for that, we're like, how are we going to do that? We cashed our bonds, and that's how I got my kit. So with my background and where I come from, I just never would have thought, one, that I would have a business for 15 years, and then two, be able to travel and teach and do the things I've been doing. I am just so freaking lucky, to be honest. And that was the inspiration behind the product line that we're launching.
Yes.
And the percentage we're giving back there because...
Hey neighbors, this is Bill Mock with the Grays Lake Chamber of Commerce. And if you're looking for a network of hard-working, customer-focused, and generally friendly local businesses who are dedicated to helping each other succeed, then I'd like to invite you to check out and consider joining our Grays Lake Chamber. We offer our members so many ways to advance their businesses through social networking events, special event sponsorships, informative lunch and learns, and the ever-popular after-hours mixers. Come see why we say we're the new wave of business here in Lake County.
Okay,
beauty school kits are expensive.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about the product line. So is this the product line in line with your 15-year anniversary?
Yes.
Okay, nice work.
So it should be at the salon in a couple weeks, and it's all like green, eco-friendly, very much our brand, and it's called 15 because 15 years.
Right.
But yeah, we're coming out with an Alwin paste, an Alwin volumizing mousse, an Alwin amethyst oil, which is really cool. It's like crushed amethyst, highly reflective, love it. We're going to have an Alwin spray. So it's just like a whole little collection of stylers that we are launching to sell in our salon and in honor of our anniversary. And then whenever you purchase those products, we're going to give a percentage to a scholarship fund that we're going to give away every year.
Okay.
And that scholarship fund is going to pay for a cosmetology student's kit for school.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So bringing it all back.
All back, full circle.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the product line, obviously there's a lot of competition in product for beauty, right?
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Like ridiculous.
So
yes.
How did you decide to do that you wanted to start your own? And what's your vision to, obviously, is that like a global thing, a regional thing? How do you, yes.
Gosh.
I know it's a big deal.
Yes, I haven't thought that big.
Okay.
For now, just being sold in Grays Lake in our salon. And truly, Amazon, which I love you, Amazon, but it surely has changed the industry and how we can serve our guests through product, having recommendations and being able to really control that. So I was like, I would love to just do our own and it also serve a purpose with the scholarship fund. So then we can sell in salon and really give those personal product recommendations to our guests, know where it's coming from, know it's legit product, because Amazon can be sketchy sometimes.
No.
Yeah. So that's really where that came from. And I thought, what better time to do it than for the 15 year,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And how cool. So, so with that kind of stuff, it's funny because you have not only the product, but then you have packaging. You have all of these things. That's taking on a lot of stuff. So where is that made? Is it a local thing? Do you know people that did that, or how do you go about searching to say who makes this?
I know, right? A little overwhelming. So through my hair show circuits that I teach at, there's manufacturers all over the place, right?
Okay.
And I ran into a lab that was there, and they specifically do that with salons. So that was fantastic because they work with you, give you options. They send you like lab samples that you can then tweak and change. There's packaging samples.
Wow.
So it makes the process a lot easier.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not a scientist in creating shampoos, conditioners. I'm a bit of a chemist because I'm a colorist, right?
Sure.
But I know what works well and what works well for our clientele. And so that's what's great about working with a lab. And that way they can say, hey, what do you want? What are you looking for? And kind of go through that. But it's been a fun process.
It sounds like it, and to totally learn things that you were like,
Yeah.
You open a can of worms, you're like, okay, now I know all about that. And you've said words that I always like, okay, apparently I don't know things, or like your style of products that you have there. Like one you said, like there's a vegan shampoo, and they're all green. So what is the importance of that? Why do you value having those products?
Sure. So in 2009, when we opened, we were the first eco salon in Lake County because recycling and green and clean hair care is really important to us because, our skin is the biggest organ on our body and it absorbs a lot. There's a lot of things in products that can make you sick, or you can have an allergy to, or sometimes things are linked to cancer, the big C word, right? And so, this is such a toxic industry, the beauty industry. Think about all the chemicals and things we're breathing in, all the products I'm working with on my bare hands, customer after customer. And so I just made a choice that I think it's really important to create a as low toxin environment for not only the people I work with, but for myself and our salon guests. A lot of people are allergic to gluten. So everything we use is gluten-free. Some people make the vegan choice because animal cruelty, and I totally support that. And so that's everything we have is vegan. So that was really the passion behind that project, right? And if you're going to open something new, I think it should be something different. Yes. And at the time in 2009, it was. And it was something I was passionate about as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that you have the vision to do that. Like when you're with all the things with opening on your own and all the other stresses and everything that comes, but the vision to do something different seems to be part of your business model, so to say, as well, or life model.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Because not a lot of people think outside the box like that. We laugh because when we come up with a new idea to do things, the normal person says, well, why don't we, let's say we're going to make a video. Well, why don't we look up videos that people have done on this? I said, no, you don't do that. Or we find out what they do and then you do the exact opposite, right?
Sure.
So as a business model thing, too, that apparently that's a trend that in 2009, that's some good forward thinking of how everybody's going to adapt that way, right?
Yeah, now it's embraced more than ever, and we get people who come specifically because of the products that we have. I mean, I have a woman, she's been with me forever. She drives from Indiana.
What?
Yes, to come out and get her hair done at our salon. And she has tried other salons around her area, but it has to do with the products we use, of course, our skill, and probably also comfort level as well. So
and she obviously loves you guys.
She does, and she's a vegan,
Wow.
So it's important to her. I know. So It's really great. And I appreciate you saying the forward thinking or dare to be different. Sometimes it can be hard to be different.
Sure.
But that's the road I like to take. And I always think of, I'm sure you've heard of this movie, Sharknado. Have you heard of Sharknado?
I have definitely heard of two of my favorite things, sharks and tornadoes.
There we go. Perfect.
Yes. All together.
Think of that, okay? What a wild concept.
Right.
But how big is that movie? I mean, think of it. Someone sat down and was like, you know what? I've got an idea.
It is the most ridiculous thing ever.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
But I think of that when you're in a room full of people and you are brainstorming.
Right.
And maybe you are a little afraid or scared to speak up about an idea, something different, something out there. Think about Sharknado.
Yeah.
That didn't stop the person.
No, somebody had to raise their hand and say it out loud.
Absolutely.
Right.
And you know the stares they got across that room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's hugely successful. So I think of that and I'm like, you know what? Today we're going to Sharknado this.
I love it.
We're going to trudge forward with
I
that
love
idea.
It. Yeah, because how many people hold back with great ideas or they're scared to be different.
Yeah.
I have a 6-foot Sasquatch in my front yard, so I'm not. And you know what? This is really funny thinking about that, too. So I posted a picture of my son yesterday, first day of school.
I saw.
And you can post it, but no one said, holy crap, you have a Bigfoot in your front yard.
Oh, to me, it was totally normal.
Right,
It was totally normal for me.
terrible.
I actually loved it because I have a Bigfoot tattoo. He's on the back of my.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
there he is. He's poking
See,
behind
no wonder. I see him looking up.
a tree. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I scrolled and I was like, oh, cute picture, cute Sasquatch. Moving on.
Right.
It didn't even shock me at all. So
Right.
I love it. See? We're meant to be in the same room
I'm,
together.
I'm telling you. And speaking of that, because I'm getting to learn all these new things about you, we're going to pause right now and we're going to do the Grays Lake Hot Seat.
The Grays Lake Hot Seat is brought to you by Joe Velez at JPV Financial. It's often said that those who fail to plan are planning to fail. Joe Velez and his team at JPV Financial create unique financial plans that address some of the most difficult challenges that people might face as they get older. No matter what stage of life you're in, having a proactive financial plan can help navigate some of the difficult decisions you'll face, helping you live your life by design, not default. Securities and investment advisory service offered through Osaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Now for the Grays Lake Hot Seat. Hey, thanks, Joe.
If that's okay with you.
Oh my gosh, what? Okay.
So I'm going to ask you some questions. We'll answer in the fastest way possible.
Oh my god. Okay.
And shout out to JPV Financial for helping us out with this too. So I'll bounce around here too. We'll start easy for you.
Okay. Oh gosh.
Hey bartender, can I have what would you have?
A Crown and Coke.
All right. See, I already learned something.
Or Chardonnay.
Or Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Okay. Vacation that you want to go on that you have not been. Like your dream. What's your dream vacation?
New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Gotta. Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. All right. Are you an early bird or night owl?
Oh, not an early bird. Night owl. Us stylists, we work later into the night.
Do you have a go-to karaoke song?
Oh, I hate karaoke.
If you had to do one, gun to your head, have to do it right now.
Radio Gaga.
Wow.
Queen.
I was going to say.
Oh,
that's
so
a nice
good.
word.
And then everyone can clap along.
Sure.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of redundancy in that. So
Yes,
you can
it's
just
great.
radio, goo goo, gaga, and everything.
Yes, exactly.
Pool or ocean?
Ocean.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Are you a high five, knuckles, or hugs person?
Oh, gosh. Hugs.
All right. Biggest fear?
Oh, E.T.
What?
Yes. Oh, my gosh, I can't. I don't know. It's just from childhood. And I love aliens and alien stuff. It's something to do with E.T., the character. I can't. Maybe from childhood. Oh, especially when he's like white or screaming and running through the field. You guys, I can't. I'm sweating already. I'm uncomfortable sitting here talking about it. Yeah,
that's really funny. So the next question on here is what makes you sweaty?
Oh, well, clearly it's E.T.
You've given me a different perception of E.T. that now I'm a little freaked out on how creepy it actually is.
Sorry, y'all, if you're a fan. I can't.
Maybe E.T. will be the question to everything negative on here, or the answer. What are you afraid of?
Ooh. Well, I'm a big true crime fan, which a lot of us women are. And so, that is, it's wild to me that I can't just go hiking by myself in a forest preserve and feel totally safe, right? So like that's a really true fear.
Right.
I think I love true crime because I also am somewhat preparing, who knows? So
Sure.
That's a little like paranoid to talk about. But then also the other side is I think a lot of people are afraid of failure. And I am too, but at the same time, failure is what makes you grow. I've failed countless times on many things, right? But yeah, those are two big ones.
Right. Interesting. It's a
Yeah.
wide variety. Or failing with E.T. abducting you on a walk in the mountains or wherever you're going.
The worst fear.
I mean, how could you? This one's probably a layered question. Have you ever won an award? And if so, tell me one that's very important to you or that means a lot to you.
Yes, we won as a business the Good Neighbor Award from State Representative Sam Yingling.
Oh.
And it had to do with all of our community involvement was recognized. And this is like a huge award to be given. So I was shocked and honored to get the call. I first thought I was being pranked, to be honest. And then secondly, after that, they were like, and can he get a haircut too? And I was like, get out of here.
Yeah, how do these two things go together?
Yeah, so
Right.
I was like, this can't be real. And so it was such an honor, and it was such a fun day, too, because Sam came in, I cut his hair, we had good chats, we took a lot of really great pictures in front of the mural that we used to have off of Whitney Street, and it was just like a lovely, warm and fuzzy day. So I'm really proud that our business...
How did you get Did somebody nominate you for that?
Yes.
How cool is that?
Really cool.
Yeah, and says a lot about you guys and your team
Thank
and
you.
everything. That's awesome. So that's a good one. What was your first car that you ever had?
Oh my gosh, it was a Geo Metro. And it was rusty and red, and I covered it with band stickers. If anybody knows me, I'm like a huge live music fan. I go all the time. I go by myself. And it was covered in band stickers. The floor was rusted out, quite literally a hole below my feet.
You could do like the Flintstones.
Yeah, a little bit. You could see the road. It was the best.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
I think that young kids should listen to the show to find out what people's first cars are, and then they'll feel better about things.
Yeah.
The Geo Metro is a hot car.
Oh, the hottest
Yeah.
car. Oh,
Especially
yeah.
when
I was picking up people left and right.
The air conditioning from underneath coming
Yeah,
through.
exactly. Real breezy.
If you had to write a book, what would it be about?
Gosh, this is the hot seat, isn't it? Whew. Write a book. Of course, my obsession is hair.
Right.
I have thought about creating a book of work, like photo shoot work or color work,
Cool.
and then break down how-tos and get technical. So
Nice.
I think it would be something like that.
Something to educate people as well.
Well, yeah.
Would the 12-year-old version of yourself think you're cool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't cool at 12. I still wore overalls and played with Barbies. Like, 12-year-olds now are, like, freaking gorgeous. They look like they're 21. They've got all the technologies and all that. And I was like...
You had overalls and Barbie
like,
dolls.
hey, friends, let's play Barbies.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be the name of your book, too, Overalls and Barbie Dolls.
I love it.
Yeah.
Smart.
Do you have a nickname? or how many?
I don't, actually.
You, of all people, don't have a nickname.
I don't think so.
Really?
I know.
All right, write in if she's missing something. Right. Please let us know.
Give me a nickname.
Have you ever ate a roller dog from a gas station?
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
Good.
My family is obsessed with hot dogs. Now that you
Okay.
bring this up, we're going to go on a tangent.
That's great.
Yeah, so my family lives in North Carolina. I don't have anyone who lives here any longer. So when they come up to visit, they're like, we need a Chicago dog. And my brother specifically, freaking love him. We're so close. He goes on this hot dog tour, okay? So first and foremost, Home Depot dogs.
Yes.
Number one. We've got to stop at the Home Depot for a hot dog. It's a thing. The whole family gets it. Secondly, Sammy's. Gotta love a Sammy's moment for that hot dog. So the whole time that family's visiting here, they're having hot dogs several times a week. They're cheap dates. They love it.
That's
so,
fantastic.
Heck yeah. I've had one of those.
Yeah.
Risky business, though, from the gas station, but we do it anyway.
It's gambling.
Sure.
It's fine. It'll take a lot of... I love it. I was going to say from 1 to 10, how likely do you think that Bigfoot exists? But I probably know the answer to that.
Oh, yeah, it's out there.
If you had to have a theme party at your house, what would it be?
Oh, gosh, I love a good theme. I've had a few. A space like Alien, not E.T. theme would be cool. Would be cool. Yeah. But I have always wanted to do one of those like classic Hawaiian. I've never done that, and that's such like a classic thing.
I know.
Plus the accessories.
Well, yeah.
You get laid.
Yeah, you talk about the accessories and then you build back to the party.
Yes, accessories are number one. Come on, have you met me? Have you seen what I wear? We just pile on accessories. It's my life.
So when you eat tacos, do you tilt your head to the right or the left?
Right.
Okay, and you didn't even practice it.
No.
You should see the look on her face right now because she keeps looking over and wondering what the hell the next question is going to be on
yes,
here.
Exactly. I just love this question.
Yes.
Okay.
That is because it's very important.
What happens if you tilt your head to the left?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe
Does
left-handed
anybody?
people do.
Oh, maybe.
I think people have.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they're not from around
Maybe
here.
you lose more of the cheese and those teeny tiny little tomatoes on your carpet when you turn to the left rather than the right, you know. The right's like a better catch-all.
Yeah, maybe people are just using one hand too.
Oh, one-handed.
Yeah, one-handed.
One-handed.
One-handed left tilting taco head eating.
People are brave.
I know.
Okay.
And you're scared of E.T., which I'm still coming back to. That kind of
I'm never going to let that.
I'm going to have nightmares, and I'm going to text you tomorrow and say.
I'm telling the whole community. People are going to start dropping off figurines. Like, I am so in trouble now. I am so in trouble. I should have never said that.
I think for the 15-year anniversary, we should do the 15-day E.T. challenge.
Oh, God.
Leading up to that. Or, no, we don't have enough time.
You know what? Suddenly, I'm out of town.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so what, did you play a sport in high school?
Oh, yeah.
What did you play?
I played hockey. Like, really? Most of my life, hockey. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't expect that answer. Your favorite Grays Lake event to attend? You have to pick one. Because I said
just
so.
Just one?
Yeah, your favorite one.
Beer Fest.
Okay.
And I don't like beer. The reason I like Beer Fest is because it's for scholarships. I love what it's about.
Sips for scholarships,
that
right?
I'm passionate about. Sips for scholarships, yep. Plus, you know, I do like a man with a beard, a little bit of a beer belly. You know, you've got a lot of funky people.
There's a lot to be found
the people
there.
watching is fantastic, showing up. Like, I love it. I love the crowd.
Right.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Wow, that was a little more elaborate answer than I thought I was walking into, but I love it. What was the one I wanted to look at on here? First concert, since you're talking about concert stuff. First concert you ever had?
Blink 182.
Really?
Way back in the day. I was in 8th grade. We took a limo.
Where?
There. I think it was Tinley Park at the time. Oh, blew my mind.
Really?
Yeah. I think Bad Religion opened up for them, whom I really love as well. But I'm not so much like a Blink fan anymore. But, yeah, they were the bomb.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
A 7? I'm just going to say a 7. In driving school, I got a -2. And they did this grading system. I was terrible. I still can't parallel park.
Wow, so they give you a -2, but you're giving yourself a 7.
And, you know, we've had some time to practice and make mistakes since then, so I'm going to say 7. Don't ask me to drive downtown Chicago, okay?
All right, you got to be above an 8 for that anyway.
I think so.
Tell me about the second time you got arrested.
What? I'm lucky I've never been arrested.
Okay, that's good.
I'm lucky. I'm trying not to get arrested.
No, I think that's a valid thing to stay away from.
Yeah.
Have you ever met a celebrity, and who?
Met a celebrity besides you?
Oh yeah, because it's very, very, very.
You know, I haven't met a celebrity.
Really?
I did see Carrot Top twice in the airport.
Ooh.
2 different airports while I was traveling from afar. Yeah, that was wild.
I think I'm going to implement that into something. Have you ever done this? No, but I've actually seen Carrot Top twice in 2 different airports.
Yes. I was like, how is this possible?
Right.
And then I did actually just see DJ Pauly D a couple weeks ago from the good old Jersey Shore. I bought a ticket to that and saw him from afar. Gorgeous. So much fun. I mean, I love Jersey Shore forever until I die. And so I was like, I have to see Pauly D DJ one time in my life. So I went in June at the rave. It was incredible. The crowd, incredible. The leopard print, the tan, the Snookers bumps. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Oh my gosh. So I did see him from afar. Paulie D.
Okay, so I'm going to go on record saying that this is the first show that I've ever recorded for any kind of podcast that I've heard Jersey Shore and Sharknado and E.T. in one conversation. I'm taking a lot home today with me.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome.
I think it's great. Grace Lake didn't have any idea what they're getting into.
No.
Probably not. When they tune in.
Maybe stop listening now.
Which is awesome. Okay, well, thank you very much for participating in my little shit show of things there.
Oh, God, gosh. Okay.
I know. No.
Most people have no idea what to do with their aging loved one who needs help. Well, there is a solution. A company that provides care and assistance to make your loved one feel right at home. At Right at Home, their mission statement is to improve the quality of life for those they serve. They offer extensive services: personal and companion care, safety supervision and transportation, fall prevention, dressing and bathing assistance, medical reminders, meal prep, hospice support, ambulation support, stroke recovery, Parkinson's support. The list goes on and on and on. If you have an aging loved one that needs help, call Right at Home. Most people prefer to age in their home rather than moving to an assisted living or nursing home. Right at Home can make this happen. Contact Right at Home at rightathome.nlc.com or give them a call, 847-984-0103. Now back to the show.
So I'm looking through things I want to talk about, obviously, because Grace Lake is very important to you. So as this 15 years comes up, it gives you time to reflect on things you've done, organizations you've been involved in, plans for the next 15, or things in Grace Lake you want to be more involved in to help with. So moving forward, tell me about your vision moving forward.
Oh, that is very big picture of you to ask.
I think about today and what I'm doing the next 15 minutes, so I put it on you to figure the rest out.
Oh, thank you so much. So I do think about the past 15 years and the things that we've done, and I am so grateful, and it's incredible. To make it another 15 years would be mind-blowing, and I hope to. I have been involved with the Chamber on a higher level the past 4 years, I believe, and just this past year on executive board, and I think you can really make change there. That's why I'm there. And by change, I mean enhancing what Grace Lake already has and bringing new ideas. So I definitely plan on sticking around to do that and continue with that.
Yeah.
And that's really as far as I've gotten. I've worked really hard and a lot. Being a small business owner, you're working all of the time. And that was one of the reasons I sold my other location, because I also want to create a little bit more work-life balance.
Sure.
So make it the next 15? Absolutely. I'm happy with the team that I have now, and I think just more community building is where it's at for me right now. Yeah.
And I love your theory on things, because it's nice to be around people like you, and I'm sure that your people that work with you, that it inspires them to do more good as well, or see ways that we can get involved and bring your Sharknado ideas to other people and everything from your work to our community to your personal life to things like that. It's really important. It's cool to see the people that actually reach out that do that can inspire others.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's fun. Okay, what about Grace Lake have we not talked about that you want to talk about? I'm the one asking all the questions over here, because I know that we've covered a lot.
Sure. Well, I will do a new business shout out.
Yeah,
that's
please.
pretty close to my heart.
Yeah.
There's a boba tea that is opening, a boba tea cafe opening in downtown Grace Lake under those condos, and one a lovely young lady, Karina, who has worked with me and for me, and also has had her own studio for years with me. It's her and her sister that are opening it up.
Very
so
cool.
They were giving free samples of boba tea at the Summerfest at our booth, which was their first launch. And I am just so proud of them. They're two young ladies that just have this amazing vision. The menu is out of this world, and I'm so excited for them to have that. They're going to be so busy.
Cool.
I'm excited for them.
Contact me with them, and then we'll put us together.
Oh my gosh,
to talk to them.
yes.
That'll be a lot of fun.
That would be so much fun.
Very cool. Anything else? that you can think of. And this has been very entertaining for me today, by the way.
Oh, good.
I like it when I can be entertained too. So it's nice when we get to put out shows and I can say, wow, I learned a lot about, because there's so many people in our community, and why I think it's so important that people actually listen to the show is to get connected, because the more we know and the more it puts things together to build community, that say, oh my gosh, like how many things do you have in common with people that could be listening right now but doesn't know about the salon or doesn't know about this. That's a good way, and business to business things that connect very, very well.
Yeah, so well, I appreciate you doing this, because I think that it makes us stronger as a community, right? You're putting out this information, you're meeting new people that get to share their story and their big why behind things, and it just, I think, makes us stronger. It connects other people, and that's the beauty of it. So I'm honored to be here.
Well,
it's been fun.
I appreciate you very much, and thank you for that. I have to wrap up like the reason and what our why is too. So thank you. And Grace Lake, thank you guys so much for listening today. No matter where you're listening, whether you're on Spotify, whether you're on Apple, whether you're on YouTube, wherever the heck you're listening, please do me a favor and subscribe, because then every Tuesday you will get an alert for a new guest from Grace Lake that I encourage you to listen to. And like we just spoke of, we encourage you to listen to people that you don't know, because I think it just brings us all closer together. And as we always end, do me a favor, wherever you're at out there, you never know what your friends or family members are going through, so do me a favor, 1 to 2 random acts of kindness today. Make somebody smile, send a text to somebody, cheer somebody up. So do something good, and that'll build our community as well. So, all right, Sarah, thank you so much for everything. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes, and Grace Lake, we'll see you next Tuesday.